Look, all I gotta say to Micah Parsons is thank you. Thank you on behalf of all of the Dallas Cowboys fans everywhere, because finally, it seems like the Dallas Cowboys have a player who not only represents the team, but also represents the fan base and what we want to see from this team and the mentality that we would like to see this team hold. I don't know if Micah Parsons has been seeing some of our segments in which we've talked about some of his, what I feel were some mishaps as it pertains to just public perception, but it definitely seems like it. We talked about the jersey swapping deal. He wasn't swapping jerseys, and he actually talked about on his podcast that he gets heat for doing stuff like that. So he's damned if he do, damned if he don't, because people got mad when he didn't jersey swap and just walked off the field. And now, one of his latest changes was a very, very strongly worded message to Philadelphia Eagles fans. On top of Micah Parsons really starting to come into his own as one of the leaders on this Dallas Cowboys team, we also have some troubling news about Trevon Diggs and the fact that his career may very well be over as we know it as Dallas Cowboys fans. And Jerry Jones think he's slick, y'all. Jerry Jones is out here sneak dissing some of his star players that he just recently paid on behalf of another player. Let's get into all of this and more, and be sure to subscribe to Attack on Cowboys, man. We've been rolling all year long, whether we suck, whether we good, whether it's the off season, whether it's the on season. You're gonna have Attack on Cowboys pretty much every single day. First things first, I gotta get into what has probably made Micah Parsons one of my favorite Dallas Cowboys players. Now, I was waiting on this. This is what I was waiting on. Those of y'all that have been following Attack on Cowboys, then y'all know I've had some criticisms about Micah Parsons and just how friendly and soft and cuddly he is with all these guys in the NFL when nobody else has any love lost for the Cowboys, man. Micah Parsons out here trading jerseys and podcasting with guys that just blew us out in the playoffs and just being super, super overly friendly when the Cowboys fandom and the Cowboys as an organization don't get the same respect from his counterparts. Well, Micah Parsons seems to finally be coming along as he made a very, very strongly worded statement about the Philadelphia Eagles and about how he's looking forward to playing them. And I know Cowboys fans everywhere love this, and Eagles fans everywhere scrambled to try to make themselves feel a little bit better. But Micah said, nah, at this point, it's F Philly now. Even if we got eliminated, I gotta crush Philly because F them. I hate them. Nah, I love it. Let that hate run through your blood. My bad. I was trying to read. My bad. Hold on. Let me take a break. Hold on. I was trying to read the quote in peace, y'all. I was trying to read the quote in peace, and I started getting real excited because, damn, we've been waiting on this, man. We've been waiting for one of our players to truly represent the Cowboys fan base, man. I love Dak, and Dak is still my favorite player, but Dak doesn't take on the mantle of kind of embodying the spirit of the Cowboys fans. He doesn't really take that on. He kind of just stays in his own lane. He leads the way he's going to lead. He's a consummate professional, and he's not going to get too far out the box as far as saying anything crazy. Micah, I absolutely love this because we have to deal with so much. We have to deal with so much as Cowboys fans, and not no, oh no, woe is me type of thing, but just realistically speaking, man, every other team in the league hates us. We're probably the only team in the NFL that has to deal with teams outside of their own division or actual historical rivals hating them, bro. Even the Detroit Lions are starting to get in on this. And, bruh, the Cowboys don't give a damn about no dirty-ass Detroit, man. We don't care about y'all. I don't care how much crying and complaining and stuff y'all do. Y'all are not going to make this into a legitimate rival, man. Detroit, Jahmyr Gibbs, all of y'all, go kick rocks and suck a big one.
Because the Cowboys don't get me too. I got 24. And then I was like, imagine if I was a Cowboy right now. I'd be so sick. I'd be hot.
But I love this energy from Micah, man. This is what I've been wanting to see from our defender, bro. You don't need your defender to be buttoned up, to say all the right things. If he's going to walk the talk like he's been doing since he's been back, because he 100% been doing the walking and the talking since he's been back. If he's going to walk the talk, I have no problem at all with Micah Parsons essentially drawing the line in the sand and letting everyone else know it's Dallas versus everyone, bro. I love this mentality. Micah said, I hate them now because I keep seeing them just talking so much on socials now. 100%. And I can show y'all some true pathetic activities that's going on right now on my socials just because I tweeted something about Micah saying this. I'm about to show y'all because it's actually pretty funny. Y'all gonna get a good kick out of this. This is ridiculous. But this type of stuff we do it on Twitter. But Micah said, my Twitter page got consumed by Philly fans. Yeah, and they say don't look forward to some things, but I'm excited about the matchup too. I'm so glad that Micah's doing this. And this type of stuff right here, Micah, I'm talking directly to you. This is type of stuff right here. This is how you build your business. This works for you both ways. Your fan base is going to love you, which in turn is going to help your own business endeavors prosper even more. The more support you have from Dallas Cowboys fans, the more successful all of your business endeavors are going to be, bro. So this serves you all the way around, bro. So keep this up. We love this mentality. We love hearing our guys rep the star. We love hearing our guys speak on behalf of the fans. And we love seeing our guys have some damn pride, bro. And we love seeing our guys embody that competitive spirit, man. I just absolutely love everything about this quote from Micah Parsons. And more of this. Just more of this. That's all I got to say. This is scary. Trevon Diggs, details of significant upcoming surgery show the severity. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just give y'all the abridged version of this. Trevon Diggs is having to get bone graft surgery on his knee. For those of y'all that don't know what bone graft surgery is, imagine it as if you're riding on the highway and you see a pothole in the road, and then somebody comes and put like some filler in that pothole, like some more concrete or something to fill that pothole up. That's essentially what a bone graft is, right? So just imagine that Trevon has like a little pit, or he has like a little hole in his knee somewhere. He has a crack or something, some crevices or something that's not supposed to be like that, but it's opening up, and now they're going in and putting some bone, some new bone right there, so that way his knee can fuse together and graft together. That is not good. I'm letting y'all know right now, this is a very, very scary type of situation for Trevon Diggs injury-wise, because now you're starting to look at a longer recovery time than just going in and cleaning up some cartilage or something like that. Now you're starting to get into like a serious injury territory that can legitimately take a lot of athleticism off of a guy with an injury like this. Bone graft surgeries typically have a longer recovery time than what was initially reported for Trevon. For example, you usually won't even be able to walk on that for about 6 weeks after surgery is done. And most doctors will tell you don't even resume light athletic activities for about 6 months after the surgery is done. So Trevon is going to have a longer recovery time, and chances are we will not see him in 2025. And there's actually starting to be more of a growing chance that, we may not see Trevon Diggs on this team, not in the form that we thought we were going to see a Trevon Diggs. We may never get to see the J. Bland and Diggs combination in its full power and its full glory, because I just don't know. I just don't know if Trevon is going to be able to bounce back from this. I don't know if he's going to be the same type of player. I don't know how much of this athleticism is going to take away. I don't know how much of this is going to affect him mentally, from a mental standpoint, just being on the field. And, it's very nerve-wracking to be on the field as it is, with guys falling around your legs and your knees and stuff. But knowing that you had bone graft surgery and you got a bulky knee, essentially, that he's been dealing with all season, apparently. Knowing that you have this, that is even more scary. So that could absolutely affect the mentality that you're playing with on the field, especially if you're someone that's hyper aware of your health and your mortality, your football mortality, which I assume a Trevon Diggs would be. The most disappointing thing about this whole Trevon Diggs situation is, so far since he signed this 5-year extension, he's only played in 13 out of the available 31 games that he could have played in, y'all. So this is looking like one of those type of contracts, man. This is starting to look like the Jalen Smith contract a little bit. You give a guy some big money, then his health just keeps him from being what he needed to be to really satisfy the contract, right? And Trevon Diggs is starting to tread that water a little bit. This is by no means me trying to bury him or anything like that. If anything, he needs some prayers. We need to hope that Trevon is going to be okay and he makes a full recovery and he's able to come back from this stronger. But this kind of explains why we've seen some of that tentativeness from Trevon Diggs earlier this season. This explains why he wasn't willing to just throw himself in there and try to make all these tackles and essentially play safety, right? This explains it. The man's been dealing with a bad knee all season. So yeah, this is disappointing. This is kind of worrisome to hear about, not gonna lie. But again, prayers up Trevon Diggs. hopefully all of this turns out well for him. Now, moving to another injury that the Cowboys have had is the fact that Demarcus Lawrence has not been ruled out for the rest of the season just yet, and Jerry Jones is also not writing off that D-Law returns to the Cowboys next season. Now, would I want this to happen? D-Law is still playing good football. If he can come back on one of those Stephen Jones discount double check deals, then hell yeah, bring D-Law back. But if he's going to try to actually get paid, you just got to let D-Law walk at this point. He's starting to have reoccurring injuries to that foot. His health is catching up with him. And then just age-wise, I think he's starting to age out of this generation of Cowboys, specifically on the defensive side of the ball. You usually don't see defenders playing into their mid to late 30s, man. Usually, by the time they hit their early 30s, that's when they start going to those journeyman type of deals, and they sign these 1 and 2 year contracts with teams until they inevitably retire. I think that D-Law is going to be in that type of territory. I do think that he can still be a productive player for an NFL team, but if it's going to cost any amount of money, I would just much rather let Golston have those snaps. I think the Cowboys can get around not having D-Law if he's going to cost a premium, and that's just my opinion on that. And the last thing I want to touch on real quick on this news update is Jerry Jones is sneak dissing people. He out here sneak dissing people. He kind of threw a subliminal shot at Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb a little bit because he was asked about Micah Parsons, saying he wants to get a deal done early to help the team. And then Jerry Jones essentially said the bounds of Micah Parsons' intellect is limitless. Seriously, he gets it and he really understands what we're trying to do and what we're trying to put together. Okay, Jerry. All right. We also heard Dak Prescott say this very same thing last offseason as well. He also said that he understood how him getting his contract done was going to help the team free itself up to be able to make some other moves. And then we didn't see Dak's contract get done until the last day of the offseason, essentially, right? The day before the game came. I think it was the day of the game damn near. But we didn't see Dak's contract get done for a long time, man. So, yes, it sounds great. I hope that Micah and Jerry and these guys can get this stuff done early so the Cowboys can truly be more aggressive in free agency. But I just think that Jerry can't help himself. Jerry cannot help himself. He's still stinging a little bit from losing those negotiations with CD and Dak. And I just feel like when you go out of your way to try to overpraise someone, then I think at that point it's pretty obvious to see that you have a little bit of motive behind that praise. And I think Jerry was just, I think he tried to send a little zinger over to CD and Dak and saying, oh yeah, he gets it. He really understands what we're trying to do and what we're trying to put together, because Michael was willing to work with them on the terms of his contract, and obviously CD and Dak them wasn't. So either way, man, Jerry, we don't care, man. Shut up, bro. We're not buying it anymore. I'm very, very excited to see Micah Parsons continue to grow into a leader. I'm very excited to see the path that a Micah Parsons is, a player that's very vocal, a player that's a lot more vocal than anybody else we've had on this team as it pertains to just letting his ideas be heard and what he wants to happen, letting that be heard. He's very vocal, and I'm wanting to see if that's going to be a catalyst to really encourage change within the Cowboys organization and their operations, and I hope it does, man. But Micah for president, brother. I'm loving everything you're doing, Micah Parsons. I have no complaints. I feel like Cowboys fans have been wanting a player that truly represents the fan base as much as he represents the team, and I think Micah Parsons is quickly becoming that guy, and it's just an added bonus that he's one of the best players in the entire National Football League. So things are starting to look a little bit up for the future of the Cowboys, just from a culture building standpoint, because I do believe that Micah Parsons can be a positive catalyst for this franchise. But either way, we still the same old Cowboys.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still them boys.